Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. I'm trying to time this perfectly, so you're likely seeing it on the day that it drops. I'll have links for this in the description. This is a Blade Binge exclusive. So you might be watching this at 9 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon, but the whole idea will be, on the day that it drops. So thank you so much to Blade Binge for getting this to me early so I could make sure that this worked out for everybody who's watching. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. And make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. So this is a Divo and Blade Binge collab, obviously. By Tempest Knives. So, DLC S90V blade, blackwash PVD titanium with a Brittany camo inlay. I think I have seen other variations of this knife on Google, but never this specific variation. I am a fan of Divo knives. These Blade Binge collabs have been very good in the past, so I really enjoy that. Let's go ahead and kick that out of there. So, we have, this is my favorite version of like camo carbon fiber. Specifically this shade, not toxic green, not blue or any other blue or green. This specific sort of in between Tiffany blue, robin's egg or whatever. And I love that it is subtle. Too much color for me on carbon fiber. And it kind of, I don't know what it is that like, like the 80s camo is, it's cool for a second to look at. And then it's like, yikes, right? Like 90s Nickelodeon, like, was packed into a cannon and fired at your face. It's kind of neat, but it also is kind of too much. I like color, and I think, like for example, I love titanium Damascus, and that's very vibrant and bright and colorful. So as far as like what I appreciate in terms of color is not perfectly consistent. It really depends on the material and the final aesthetic. Something like carbon fiber that is not reflective or is very, very low reflectivity and is sort of, like black and gray. For some reason, I don't like to see a lot of color when it's matte and not reflective, right? Sometimes. Again, it depends on the material. With carbon fiber, though, I think you have these areas right here that subtly reflect light, but as this black area changes to a lighter smoky gray, those robin's egg areas do not change at all. And that's what I kind of like about it. And I think there's a really odd way of explaining it. Some people won't understand it, and I think some people will understand what I'm saying perfectly. You might feel exactly the same way. Either way, this is the carbon fiber that I really like. And as far as like the color-specific collaborations with retailers, the Blade Binge dark mode stuff, because that's almost certainly where this will fall. That's the category it'll be in on the website. These are some of the coolest exclusives that I have ever seen. I just really enjoy them. I like the texturing here. That's cool. Pivot collar looks nice. We have a pocket clip that can be mounted on the front, or I'm sorry, for right or left-handed carry. Excuse me, do we have a nested liner lock? I think we do. Very nice size here. This is a good compact EDC folding knife without feeling too small. You can still get a full grip on this guy. We have S90V, which is almost certainly heat treated properly. They usually do a really good job with that. We have a ridiculously thin cutting edge. This is hollow ground here, so not super thick to begin with. And look at all that jimping right there. I love that. Thank you for extending this way out here. That's awesome. This blade length allows you to get your finger right up here behind the tip, which is very cool. The liner lock itself is nested. It is a steel. I can tell you right now it's steel and not titanium because I can see the detent ball there and no lock bar insert, which is fine. It doesn't necessarily need it as long as it's steel on steel contact, right? But it is nested, which is good. A knife this size, I definitely do not want an exposed titanium frame lock because I don't want to be accidentally putting pressure on that lock bar while I'm trying to deploy it. Access to the lock bar is very good, and actuation of the knife is also very, very easy thanks to a fully accessible slot or hole right here. So you can do your forward thumb flick like this, or you can do your reverse flick like this. Very, very easy. Actually, really, really nice overall size all the way around. It's just really good. I love the jimping that comes all the way out here. So many times, and it's not even that I find myself constantly needing jimping, But there are things that I do with a pocket knife, and some of my favorite knives, they just don't have jimping that extends far enough. Here's what really makes me mad. You know who's the biggest culprit of this? There's so many Benchmade knives that do this, and I just find it essentially inexcusable. Where the jimping just cuts off right where the frame ends. That's not typically where I want to put my thumb. When I need to put my thumb on the back of the blade, I need to do it out here, right? So that's something that always annoys me. So I love that this is not only extended, but it's functional jimping. Here's the other thing. Sorry, my wife is leaving, so you're going to hear her motor in the garage door here, because my office is positioned down. I'm in the basement, but I'm directly underneath, or right beside the wall, the cement wall that is underneath the garage. So we get to hear all of the garage noises. But anyways, the other thing that really irritates me is when a knife is a front flipper and the designer gives you enough jimping to operate the front flipper, but as the knife comes around, you find that the jimping that is on the blade is there specifically and strictly for the front flipper, and then there is no jimping out here. I've seen this many, many times, and it doesn't make any sense. We need the whole thing jimped, and I feel like that just allows people to kind of really put their finger wherever they want while they're front flipping it. Not that it would be beneficial to try and fire it from down here. Anyways, what the heck am I talking about? I love that the jimping goes all the way out here. It just feels really, really good. And it drives me nuts when I'm using one of my own favorite knives. It just doesn't have the appropriate amount of jimping. It looks like everything here is going to be T8. We have a T8 screw here. We have a T8 screw here. So you have a T8 screw holding a T8 screw in combination with the pocket clip screw back here. It looks like both of those are going to be responsible for holding the inlay on. I always prefer that we do that from the inside. That's probably going to be tricky. That would have been tricky to do though, because I mean, what would you thread it into? So I kind of get that, right? I kind of get it. I'm glad that they did it black though. I think that looks really good. And very, kind of the surrounding material hides the screws better. Okay, so let's go ahead and weigh it. Carbon fiber, titanium, and S90V. 3.5 ounces. 3.1 ounces. So pretty darn good considering I bet we have a 3-inch blade. Overall length of this guy coming in at 7 inches with a 3-inch blade and 2.85 inches of cutting edge. So very good ratios there as far as the amount of blade that you're carrying to the amount of weight that you're carrying. The blade is not super thick and it's hollow ground, so not an enormous amount of material balancing out the handle. So your balance point is still within the primary index finger position, but maybe, I don't know, half an inch back of the pivot. Not bad though. I mean, it's only 3 ounces. Basically, 3.1 ounces is 0.1 ounces away from what I consider to be ultra lightweight. So I'm not going to complain too much about the balance there. Pocket clip, a little stiff, but it's good. Length is good, and you have a little lanyard thingy back here if you want to put a lanyard on it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Divo rarely, if ever, makes a bad knife. I mean, all of their designs are definitely like sort of day-to-day EDC oriented with a little kick here, a little pinch of flavor here and there. I like the materials. Generally speaking, I like the costs. I think Divo Tempest Knives does a good job. It says Divo, and I always get this mixed up. I know this is Tempest. It's the Tempest, the Tempest Tornado. Is that what this is? I think so. And then it is a Divo and Blade Binge collab, so that is always a little bit confusing to me, but we'll make sure and get all of those details correct when I do the final review. In any case, this knife, like I said, is available at Blade Binge, so I'll have it linked down in the description, and you guys can go and check it out if you want to. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.